Hi lovelies, hi there and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, karibu, and if you haven't subscribed yet, kindly do. Alright, today we're going to talk about something that I am very passionate about, and that is how to dress as a lady. Now when it comes to fashion, particularly on your level up journey, you will realize for some reason, I don't know whether it happens consciously or unconsciously, you'll find yourself wearing more dresses as compared to wearing trousers. There's just something about wearing dresses that makes one feel more feminine, you know. Obviously, I'm not trying to say that when you wear trousers you will not be feminine. I'm not trying to say not to wear trousers. You are at liberty to dress however you like, but there's just something about wearing dresses that I can't explain it. It's like it just has this very beautiful feminine effect on the person who's wearing the dress. So I thought, you know what, let's look at it. Let's delve into the whole idea of wearing dresses. Now most of my closet are dresses. I'd actually say 99% of my closet is dresses in every length. You know, I have mini dresses, I have knee length dresses, I have T length dresses, I have maxi dresses, I have skater dresses, I have pencil dresses. I just have all manner of dresses in my closet. And what I've come to realize over the years, I've just always naturally been drawn to dresses, although there's a period in time where I wore a bit of trousers, but I've just naturally always been drawn to dresses. I realized that there's something very unique and beautiful that happens when you wear a dress. Now, I'm not trying to dictate to you how you're supposed to dress. This is not the place or the time for it. You are at liberty to dress however you want. However, that said, I've come to notice something, both for myself and for women around me. For women who are on their level up journey, for women who are seeking to tap into their femininity, you'll find yourself naturally drawn to dresses. Without even somebody telling you to start wearing dresses, you'll just find yourself drawn to wearing dresses. So I thought, you know what, let me look into this whole idea of wearing dresses, and what is it about dresses that just makes it that a woman feels more feminine. Okay, so the first thing I noticed about dresses is how they feel on your skin. Now obviously the same materials that make dresses can also make trousers. That notwithstanding, there's just something about wearing a dress. You get to feel the fabric better on your skin. You appreciate the fabric more when it is in dress form than it is on trouser form. So for instance, when you have a chiffon dress, there's just that sense of softness that you feel on your body. There's this dress I have, it's a sweater dress. I don't know what material that is really, but it's so soft. It feels almost like you'd see the material, that the fabric that is used to make dolls. Anytime I wear that dress, it almost feels like I'm being hugged by a doll. I can't explain it, and it just makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. So when you think about it from that perspective, when you wear a dress, you get to appreciate the fabrics more, because A dress, let's say a skater dress for instance, you wear a skater dress in linen, it feels different from wearing the same skater dress in chiffon. It feels different from wearing the same skater dress in cotton. It feels different from wearing the same skater dress in polyester or spandex. It just gives a different feel, so you get to really appreciate how the fabric feels on your skin. And if there's something I've come to appreciate about being a feminine woman, is feeling things, just appreciating things using your senses, using your sense of smell, using your sense of touch. And in this case, for clothes and particularly for dresses, your sense of touch, that how a fabric feels on your skin, you get to really appreciate how it feels on your skin. And it actually elevates your mood, which takes me to the second point, that wearing dresses, I've realized, elevates my mood more as compared to wearing trousers. I can't quite explain the psychological effect of it. I'm sure somebody has done research somewhere about it. But there's something about wearing a dress that just makes me happy, There's just something about wearing a dress. It just elevates my mood as compared to wearing trousers. It's not that wearing trousers dampens my mood, but just the sense of lifting my moods, dresses elevate my mood better. Actually, when I really think about it, when I wear trousers, it almost feels like I have boxed myself in. It almost feels as if I have constrained myself. It almost feels as if I'm wearing, I don't know how to explain it. It just feels a bit limiting when I wear trousers. I can't explain, but mentally I feel limited. But when I wear a dress, doesn't matter the length, doesn't matter the silhouette, whether it's a skater dress, whether it's a pencil dress, whether it's a tight dress, whether it's a free dress, there's just something about wearing a dress that not only elevates my mood but makes me feel mentally free. The third thing I found about wearing a dress is that I am more deliberate about how I move. I am more conscious about how I move, how I take my strides. I'm more conscious about how my body feels and how it moves. It's almost as if wearing a dress automatically switches you to feminine mode. You'll realize that when you're wearing trousers versus when you're wearing a dress, you're much more deliberate, you're much more softer in your movement. You even move and sway your hips more when you're wearing a dress as compared to when you're wearing pants. It's almost as if, to a degree, when you're wearing trousers, to a degree, the masculine element of you switches on. Okay, and so when the masculine element of you switches on, it actually manifests itself in how you move. So when you're wearing trousers, you'll find that you are a bit more, I won't say lanky per se, but you don't move as softly, you don't move as elegantly, you don't move as daintily. I don't want to say that you're necessarily rough per se in your movement, but you're not as conscious, you're not as soft, and you're not as deliberate when you're wearing trousers. But the moment you wear a dress, automatically you move softer, you move more elegant, you move much more dainty. Even the steps, the strides that you take are shorter, you're just much more graceful in your movement. That's the word I was looking for. You're much more graceful in your movement when you're wearing dresses. And if there's something that obviously is very, very important as a woman, as a feminine woman, is that you're supposed to move gracefully. So if that is something you want to train yourself, you can actually wear dresses and it will actually help you to move much more gracefully, because you're much more, it just puts you in this mind frame where you are more conscious of your movement. The other thing, the fourth thing about wearing dresses as a feminine woman, I've noticed is you put more effort in your footwear. You are more conscious about your choice of shoes. Now, again, of course, you'll still be conscious when you're wearing trousers, but you see, when you're wearing a dress, particularly, obviously, not a maxi, a short dress, whether it's a mini dress, a T-length dress, a knee-length dress, your footwear is on display much more than when you are wearing trousers. So I have noticed as a feminine woman, when you wear dresses, you are also more deliberate about your choice of footwear. And if there's something about footwear, again, it does not necessarily mean you have to wear high heels. I have quite a number of pair of high heels, but I also have quite a number of what do you call them, ballet shoes or doll shoes. Okay, and I've realized that when I'm wearing pants or trousers as compared to when I'm wearing dresses, I'm more conscious about my footwear when I'm wearing dresses. Obviously, when I'm wearing a trouser, I still want my footwear to match with whatever I'm wearing on top. But there's just something about wearing dresses that automatically makes your footwear more recognizable, that makes your footwear more noticeable. So you put in more effort in the type of footwear that you wear. Even when you're wearing doll shoes, or what we also refer to as ballet shoes, you make sure that they are, much more dainty, they're much more polished, they're much more, there's just, it's almost as if when you wear a dress, it forces you to also coordinate other elements of your outfit so that you can look well put together, so that you can present well. In fact, just do that experiment, right? The next time you wear a dress, you'll just consciously realize that you'll put more effort in your shoes. So that's something else I've noticed about wearing dresses, that you just you are forced to wear, or rather it just makes you more conscious about your choice of shoes. The other thing I've noticed about wearing dresses is how people treat you. And not just men, because I know automatically you think men, not just men, even women. I've noticed that when you are the type of person who constantly, almost always wears dresses, first and foremost, it makes you more noticeable. Even without you don't even necessarily have to wear anything that is shouting with bright colors or a certain kind of print. People actually notice women who wear dresses more than they wear trousers. But even over and above them noticing your choice of clothing, I've also noticed how they choose to treat you. They treat you much more respectably. They treat you much courteous. They treat you courteous. They treat you better, because already the perception they have of you is that you are a lady. Okay, of course, again, when I talk about being a lady, even when you're wearing mini dresses, like I wear mini dresses, but they're tastefully done in such a way that they are not too revealing. Okay, so I've realized that people treat you differently as compared to when you are wearing trousers. Obviously they still respect you, but there's just something delicate, I don't know, almost delicate, very ladylike when you wear a dress. And so when you show up in the world as a feminine woman, as a lady wearing dresses almost always, you'll just realize that people treat you differently. In fact, do that experiment. Okay, like now in my country, Kenya, it's raining, so many women may not necessarily opt to wear dresses. I still wear dresses because I have dresses for every season. So maybe you can try this experiment once the rains are over. But wear dresses for like 2 weeks straight and notice how people treat you differently. And for you to realize just how potent wearing a dress is, leave even the adults, children. You'll find that children will compliment you more. There's this one time I was going to work. I don't remember what dress I had worn, but I remember I was wearing a dress. And as I was leaving the compound, there's this neighbor's baby kid who went, "Wow, you're so pretty." If you want to know how good you look and a child gives you a compliment, by the way, you've aced the look. When a child compliments, children are so genuine in their compliments. So if they think you don't look good again, they'll either say you don't look good or say nothing at all. But by the time a child is telling you look pretty, but then when that child said that, we all laughed. The what do you call it? The security guard laughed, the mom laughed, I laughed. It was just so hilarious and so sweet and so genuine. And then how she went about it, she was just like, wow. So that's the first thing that drew us to Allah. So she just went, wow, he looks so pretty. Then all of us laughed. Of course, I said, thank you. I complimented her back. It was just, and then when I came back home later in the evening, the security lady was like, by the way, you're looking really nice. And then I loved how the baby complimented you, and we all laughed. Kids have a way of, just making you feel happy. Actually, my daughter does the same. Whenever I dress up, which is often, she actually compliments me. And again, when a child notices how beautiful you look and they are able to tell you how beautiful you look, how about adults? How about adults? Okay. The other thing about wearing dresses now, which is connected to the point I've just mentioned, particularly if you have a daughter or daughters or nieces or young girls whom you interact with, people are watching you. Without you even realizing it, you are actually inspiring younger women by how you dress. You are actually inspiring your daughter or daughters, your nieces, the younger ladies that you are interacting with. I have actually been told by several ladies that I have spoken to, from young kids to ladies whom I did not even notice they were noticing how I dress. They've actually told me that, what, just by watching you have changed how I dress. Just by watching how you dress, you've inspired me to wear dresses more. Just by watching you dress, you've actually inspired me to put in more effort in how I dress. And so while I am doing it for myself, and of course I'm also doing it for my daughter, I will not lie, I'm doing it for my daughter because I know I am modeling to her what it means to be a feminine, elegant lady. So I'm very conscious about how I dress because I know that I'm modeling it to her, and so she's likely to actually copy me at some point. And of course, she has every right to dress however she wants, and she has instances where she prefers trousers because she's a very active baby. But I've also noticed that she loves dresses, and there are instances where she'll be like, "Mommy, I want to wear that and that dress," and then she'll be like, "Mommy, come, let me show you what I want you to wear." So let's say if she's picked to wear a white dress and we're going to church, she'll come to my closet and she'll pick something that is matching with her. If she picks a blue dress for herself, then she'll come to my closet and tell me, "Mommy, wear this so that we can match," So I've noticed that while in as much as I'm doing it for myself and also consciously doing it for my daughter, I have noticed that I have ended up inspiring ladies around me, both friends, people who are just watching me. I've had even people in church walking up to me and telling me that they admire how I dress. Funny enough, I know, again, compliments from an adult. One of my colleagues refers to me as what do you call it? What do you call her? Michelle Obama, because of the trench coats that I wear, particularly right now. Like now we've gone into the cold season, I'll start wearing the trench coat. So she refers to me as Michelle Obama. I have another friend who refers to me as Kate Middleton. Because she says that I carry myself like a princess. I'm very dainty, I'm very put together, I'm very elegant in my dressing. And you know, that just motivates me when somebody compares you to somebody, you know, that you actually look up to. I love how Kate Middleton dresses. I love how Michelle Obama dresses. So when somebody compliments you by likening you to one of your icons, of course I have so many other icons, and I'm going to do a video about them, my icons, locally, regionally, and globally. It just makes you feel, you know, that you are actually doing something right. So I have been likened to so many women, celebrities, and you know, people whom I actually admire in terms of how they dress, in terms of how they carry themselves. And so for me, it's one of the best compliments that I've been given, you know, being likened to Michelle Obama, being likened to what's her name, Kate Middleton. I've also been, there are some people who even call me model. We funny, okay, I'm not a model per se. I am actually a model when you think about it, because I model on on my Instagram, but I have quite a number of people referring to me as a model. Which reminds me, a couple of days ago, there's something we were doing at work, so I was the one who was representing my department. So when I walked in to the place where we were supposed to be sat, so the group of ladies from other departments where I work at were like, the princess has arrived. And now me is just waving, you know, the princess event. I was like, oh, hello, I'm here. You know, it just makes you realize that people are watching. It makes you realize that you are actually inspiring people. It makes you realize that there's a certain vibe and there's a certain aura you're giving off on your day to day. And for me particularly, dresses have been able to do that for me. From the different colors, the different fabrics, the different cuts and silhouettes, and you find that with every dress that I wear, it gives off a different vibe, it gives off a different aura. But ultimately, what happens is that it makes me look presentable. It makes me look deliberate in how I dress. It makes me look well put together. It makes me look elegant. It makes me look sophisticated. And obviously that is something that I love being represented with. All those things are things that when somebody thinks of Kangai and they think of elegance, when somebody thinks of Kangai, they think of a lady who's well put together. When somebody thinks of Kangai, they think of a lady. When somebody thinks of Kangai, they think of a princess. And that's, you know, I love wearing headbands, you know, so the princess, it almost feels like, you know, I'm wearing a tiara. When somebody thinks of Kangai, they think of sophistication. When somebody thinks of Kangai, they think of class, you know. So for me, it's something when somebody compliments me, not that I'm necessarily looking for the compliments, but when somebody compliments me and they use such beautiful descriptors to talk about me, or when they compare me to people like Michelle Obama, like Kate Middleton, calling me a model or calling me a princess, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good in the sense that my efforts are actually being recognized, and it actually motivates me to do better in terms of putting my outfits together. The other thing about dresses that I've come to notice as an elegant lady is how I relate to Mr. Okay, I've realized that when you're in a relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's a boyfriend, whether you're courting, whether it's your fiance, and you're wearing a dress relevant relative to him, you actually carry yourself more ladylike, and they actually treat you way better. Generally speaking, obviously, your man is supposed to treat you better, but there's just something about a well put together woman. Remember, as a woman, you're representing him, you're representing his name, you're representing his legacy, you're representing his status, you're representing his capacity to provide for you, you're representing his family, you're representing the idea of wealth. So when you as a lady are wearing dresses, beautiful dresses that complement your figure, that with beautiful colors that complement your skin tone and your undertone and the season that you are, there's just something about when you are with your man, they just treat you better. That's something I've noticed. They treat you, generally speaking, again, they are supposed to be gentlemen, but when you wear dresses, it's like they go over and above. Particularly, for instance, when you're together and you go out in company of other people, and you can actually see how people even appreciate you as their woman. It's almost as if their chests puff, this is my woman, I'm the one who takes care of her. They treat you like a trophy. You make them proud, and obviously, even when you're wearing mini dresses, do it tastefully, in such a way that you're not, offending anybody's sensibilities. Try to be modest, obviously, but if you have to wear mini dresses, again, I do wear mini dresses. I mean, I have beautiful legs, I have to flaunt them, but I do it in a tasteful way, in such a way that I do not embarrass him. So I've noticed that when you're wearing a dress relative to your man, particularly when you're in public, they treat you really well, because you're representing them. And that the same treatment obviously extends to the private realm, because again, you also find yourself dressing well when you are indoors. Like I do have tights, I do have one or two pants I wear in the house, but I have quite an array of sundresses. I have quite an array of cute dresses that I wear in the house. And I've just noticed that your man treats you, much more as a gentleman. They treat you, they're more, they're just seen as this dainty creature who just needs to be taken care of. So I know we are not dressing for the male gaze, but let's be honest, it does feel good when you're dressed up, or when you're dressing and your man appreciates you. So that is something you might want to consider. By the way, if your man treats you a certain way and you want him to perhaps treat you a bit more differently, obviously in a better way, perhaps try change how you dress, and just without even saying anything, just observe how he's going to treat you. Okay, so yeah, so that's pretty much it. I know the list is not exhaustive by any length, and I'm likely going to talk about this subject again on another day, but I'd really love to urge you ladies to consider wearing dresses more. I know, like, currently in my country, Kenya, it's a bit cold, so we are likely, and it's raining heavily, so we are likely going to wear trousers. But if you can, particularly when the rain stop and we're just going into the cold season, consider wearing dresses. Just invest in very nice trench coats. Also invest in sweater dresses and scarves. Also invest in wearing stockings and boots, and you'll find that even in the colder seasons, you're still going to look elegant. So until next time, I'll see you on the next one. Toodles.